Good evening, challengers, and we welcome you back to game number 3. My name is Vulcan, with me is Zaya. We will be your shotcasters entering the last game for our first match of China versus Thailand wildcard. So, coming back from our second game, I hope you enjoyed the short break. But now we'll be moving on to the tense game number 3.
That is true. From the previous days that I've been casting the boot camp, this is like it's been a long time since I've witnessed a third game, because usually it's a 2-0 for the later sides of the teams that I've already casted. So this is really exciting because it just goes to show that neither of the teams doesn't want to go down just yet.
You say that it's your first time seeing a game number 3, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but every time I do cast AOV games, they always go game number 3. Maybe that's what I carry over to the casting test, but we'll see. Because I'm pretty much excited. I love 3 games.
Yes.
I've seen it before, but now we'll see if China will take away the series with a 2-1, or will it be Thailand wildcards taking it away? On to drafting phase, Saya, take it away.
That is right, and we see here on the band still the same with the Malok, Violet, and Superman for Team China, and for Team Thailand here we have the Lubu now, this time being banned.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
My ever adorable Teamy is available!
Yay!
So sorry for that squeal, guys. So going on the more serious side, Team Me has been available for the picking for wildcards. So okay, you take this Zenial. Well, we're gonna take this raccoon, squirrel,
Raccoon.
2 raccoons and an armor, because the thing about Team Me is that has the passive to get that extra gold, and when you talk about a passive like that, you can abuse it. Not to mention the ultimate, being a bro, can resurrect the lowest member of your team. So that in a way can just make an assassin's game a huge nightmare, a huge pain in the head. So, oh my god, okay, Team Me and Alice being taken away by Thailand wildcards. That is huge. So, what's gonna happen, guys? I'm gonna say, right off the bat, the Thailand wildcards first rotation pick is really good.
I can see that it's really into your favor right now. And of course, knowing also that Teamy has that good initiating powers by his lance right there, because hey, other than scavenging some gold right there, we see an Alice right here preparing to stun. This is a good combo for me, right? In my opinion. But let's see what China's reply to this kind of composition that Thailand offers.
So when it comes to, we're seeing how the bans are being dished out here, picks wise. Double support going to the side of wild cards, right? So China has to face a difficult decision. How the heck are we gonna deal with the Teamy and Alice combo? Might as well start with the Choknar. Might as well start with removing some hard CC. But on top of that, provide a great frontline with this Wonder Woman.
And we have here for Team Thailand picking a L'Oreal as their mage. It's been a long time since I've seen a L'Oreal picker. Oh, I am being juked right now by Team Wildcards right here. But in all honesty, I'm thinking that they're still initially picking this Vera.
Okay, Vera, that's pretty rare to see in the boot camp. But we're gonna see the more common Omen on the side of the wild cards.
If they're locking in this Vera, it's going to be a little shocking for me, because in situational picks like this, oh, they're not gonna go for it. They're going for the Lindis right here.
You know, I was pretty nervous for wild cards if they do go for the Vera. I mean, you have the Lindis open, take it away. They're going for those marksman build, and jungle wise, Lindis has great clear and a way to scout out and anticipate some future gangs. So great pick by wildcards. Now China, you don't have a marksman just yet. Are you still gonna go for one? I wonder.
I think China's going for the damage for their last remaining picks right here, because if you see their first 3 picks, it's more on sustainability and it's more onto a frontline engage right here, and we also have a Chognar to give them so much buff. But seeing Thailand's kit, we see that they have double supports. We see that a Lindis right here that can be a threat to the late phases of the game, and we see an Omen here, of course. We know what an Omen does. And looky here, looks like China's going for the Tolan, and a crit. Nah, God. that.
One of the pocket picks we normally see here in the bootcamp. So, surprise coming from China. They're dishing out one of their comfortable picks entering our game number 3. So, let's see. Shocknar, Wonder Woman, great things. Tulen for the great burst of damage. But when it comes to objective control, I'm pretty much favoring Wildcard's pick because not only you get the Ryoma hover, you get to have the 2 raccoons, the goat, the Alice, the goat, the Alice being picked onto Wildcard's side. This is why most of the time we see double supports. Hasn't changed quite a bit actually. Casting from Season 1 to Season 2 and until now, I've always seen constant double supports. We see it on China. We see it on Wildcards.
Ooh, it's not going to be a Ryoma back there, Vulcan. It's gonna be a L'Oreal,
Okay,
right?
it's better now.
Yeah, it's a better pick actually. They have more poking abilities when it's L'Oreal right there. But here on Team China, it looks like they're not gonna have any marksmen right here, but they're going to rely more on the Tulin and the Kriknak when it comes to damage right here.
Okay, challengers, we are ready to show you game number 3. Drafting phase has been finished off here. On your screens, you can see how it went so far. Kriknak will be shown in our game number 3. I am curious to see how that's going to pan out, but I'm excited to see how the wildcards will abuse this Teamy. Teamy most of the time has been banned out. L'Oreal has never, in a way, it's such a low ban rate, the pick rate itself, but seeing how it is rising back up to bootcamp, it's still a viable pick. But let's hope that when it comes to game number 3, both teams, both players, do show us a good match, because all comes down to how execution will pan out once we load up to the Antares battlefield.
That is correct there, Vulcan. I'm starting to actually get into my head your code right there. So maybe in the future, don't be surprised if I use it. But now, let us see who is going to be the victor for this game number 3.
Oh my god. So right off the bat here, China going in for the hello right in the mid lane. Hi, I'm doing fine, thank you. Mind if we go for an invade here? Because we're seeing Romeo and Kid going in for the blue side of the Chinese squad.
And we see onto the red side for wildcard, we see the Wonder Woman Kriknak getting also their blue golem right here.
Okay, easy pickups. They're easy pickings for the wildcards because I love that skin. So like I said before, the Teamy pick is something that I want to see wildcards abuse, and now we're seeing it right now. Powerful invades, the stun is there, and they're making full use of that rotation.
That is right. That's the advantage of having double supports. Meanwhile, we see a 2 versus 1 onto the top side of the lane.
And now for Romeo, we'll back off with the slime. Great shield by JiuSheng, a pretty close call there. Kid on the other hand wanted to go for the return gang, but it's a bit too late.
Xenial must be aware by that on that side note right there, so he was forced to back because also for the low HP. So far, Team Thailand here is waiting and poking Team China right here.
Sneaky move by Drewwy, followed by the Alice. The stun didn't connect. JunJun being a Chogner is quite hard to lock down. So far, so good for Thailand wildcards. They're making heavy rotations in, but leaving behind TAOZ in the bot lane to deal with the Wonder Woman. The Abyssal Dragon will spawn in 5 seconds.
Yes, indeed. And what we see right here, the Tulin and the Chognar versus the L'Oreal and Alice here poking each other. And we see your favorite Teamy on there to the rescue, but so far we see no casualties just yet.
When you talk about casualties here, you want to point out that how... Wait a minute. Contest in the Abyssal Dragon side. China started it off, but can the Thailand wildcard steal it away? No. China will secure the Abyssal Dragon. What a great response coming from the Xenial. Now Thailand wildcards outnumbered, and the great heal will help them have an easy take for a 3-man wipeout.
That's right, but meanwhile, while that was happening, we see here that Romeo takes advantage of the top side of the lane, but still not yet broken right there.
So pretty close call for China right there. Thank God that they were able to secure the Abyssal Dragon. Wildcards, they were going for a plan. They were going for the fact that they could try and contest the Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, but on that note, though, during that clash earlier, it was more worth it for Team China because it's 3 kills plus an Abyssal Dragon. That's a huge count.
And I want to see that, I want to point out that during that fight, the teammate wasn't level 4, no ultimate ready, but looks like, ooh, a kill will be taken away by Alice, giving it from TAOZ a friendly gift. But seeing how the members of Wildcards still heavily focusing on controlling the map. Heavy roam is coming in from the Wildcards.
Meanwhile, they're trying to set up Wonder Woman here, but Wonder Woman successfully dodges that stun coming from the Alice. And we see the Chogner right here coming to the rescue alongside with Tulin to the bottom side of the lane.
Nanwan gets spotted out there, immediately blinks away. TAOZ chain connects it with the chain lance, locking down Nanwan with a stun. But look at that crazy damage coming from the Tulin, forcing out the ultimate from TAOZ. So close call for the teamie right there.
Meanwhile, that was happening onto the middle side of the lane. Kriknak successfully slays Omen onto the top side of the lane with the aid of Xenial right there.
And now for China, they are focusing on the Spirit Sentinel. Like I said before, the Wildcards, they have to play the same. They cannot allow China to snowball. I mean, seriously, don't let them snowball because they have a Kriknak and a Tulin. Once these two heroes get what they want, especially when it comes to kills, that will be very difficult to deal with. No matter how... Okay, let's say you have the Alice stun, the ultimate from Teamy. That won't be enough for you to survive that clash.
That's right. Team Thailand mustn't be too much of extended right here because it's not going to go into their favor. Meanwhile, China here trying to get that Abyssal Dragon, and it's going to be going into their hands uncontested.
I mean, the fact that we did see in the first contest of the Abyssal Dragon went horribly wrong for Wildcards. So that's the difficult choice they have to make. I mean, do we give a free Abyssal Dragon? Do we risk of getting wiped out there? Wildcards just did that, and now they're paying that heavy price with JunJun possibly going for a dive. Didn't want to commit to it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, they're planning to go for a gank in the top side. Look at that.
Yeah, that's right. We see here that the poking abilities of both sides of the theme is exceptional.
Okay, rest in peace, teamie, because Xenia was there for the quick response of the China. Will force a fight in this Riverside. Drewwy is going in. Great mobility, great resets here with that burst coming from the L'Oreal. That's enough for China to try and win this fight. But in the end, the Wildcards are forced out. They have lost L'Oreal. They have lost teamie. Now it's going to be a game of cleanup for China.
Good play done by the Wonder Woman right there, because while L'Oreal was free hitting the other members of Team China, Wonder Woman here takes advantage of that because while the L'Oreal was spending too much time on the skills, Wonder Woman was there going in and taking the kill.
Okay, so I want to see what's happening in this game because kill score wise, Seiya, we're seeing an 8-2 here.
Yeah. And when it comes to the goal, there's already a slight gap when it comes to, and objectivity-wise, China is into the lead.
I mean, 2 Abyssal Dragons, 1 Tower, that's good stuff. I mean, for Wildcards, they have nothing. That's why you see a 2K gold lead going towards China.
Correct. And Team Thailand has to do something about this because if these keeps going on, it'll be hard for them to actually turn the tables around.
Okay, 98K trying his best to put this teamie down, but seeing how Chognar and Kriknak are rotating around the Abyssal Dragon side, but what's this? Quick response coming in. Okay, RIP JiuSheng could not escape with the ultimate there, and looks like it's going to be a double wipeout in the DS lane with only Kid as the casualty here. Meanwhile, in the mid side, they're going in for the dive onto Drewwy. Drewwy survives. Chognar is here for the quick engage with the Chaos Protection with Alice healing out and the shield though. So great response from the Wildcards. China could not commit towards that tower dive.
Correct. And meanwhile, we see here that the Team China's tower onto the top side is already on the brink of becoming destroyed, but so far Omen can't do that because there's no wave of minions to support him right there.
So when it comes to Wildcards, the reason why they couldn't start this fight, wait a minute, there's gonna be something happening here in the mid lane. We can see okay, I thought that the Wonder Woman would pick up, but great escape there. burning out the ultimates for the L'Oreal.
Wonder Woman was aware that he had that lack of teammates to actually respond to him, so it was a good call to go back. But meanwhile, we see a 3v1 happening right here at the bottom side of the lane.
Great engage with the Pulitude, followed by the flicker, but forcing out the ultimate from Zenial. Great response there. So here's what I was gonna say before. You have the Zenial, right? You want to try and counter it. So how do you counter a Zenial global ultimate? Just focus on the Zenial there. We saw that happen in the DS lane, and that's why in the mid lane, wildcards were able to go all out because they know that the Zenial was gone from the map. That gives them free roam. But meanwhile, in the DS side, Romeo has been locked down by Nanwan. What an easy pickup.
But while that was happening, we see that Lindis and together with Timmy and Alice took that opportunity to take down that bottom side of the tower of Team China.
Okay, hold that thought there. Looks like a clash will happen in the mid side with Quicknat taking down the Lindis. Great, that is a sweet double kill for Yichen. Not stopping just yet. Takes down the Alice. This could potentially be the ace of the game as China will take down the wildcards for a complete wipeout.
That was good positioning and good execution done by Team China right there. I mean, did you see how that Tolan free hitted the enemies? I mean, the Team Thailand right there? It was exceptional. Meanwhile, we see here that Xenial taking the Abyssal Dragon, and that will be their 4th one at that.
It's great. Great stuff coming from China. Great response in Clash. Now this gives them the entire map. You get aced, you are going to give away the Darkslayer for free. You're going to give away the Abyssal Dragon for free, but I think for China, only investing 2 members, bought enough time for Romeo to respond. Can he go for the steal? Sadly, no. Forcing out JiuSheng to respond with the Zenial ultimate. Now Romeo is running for the hills, but get caught by the Lasso of Truth from 98k. But that will just be it for that chase.
Well, so far, no, they don't want also to waste that dragon, that Darkslayer that they had just now, just if they're gonna get killed. So might as well just go for their Might Golem right here.
Okay, so now they're just pacing themselves well, taking away the resources, setting themselves up for some pressure in the mid and the top lane. Okay, Sentinel has to spawn right now. See how the members of China and Thailand are still playing the hide-and-seek game. But say this is the power of the Lindis pick. It will fail. 98k has been spotted out.
Correct, and this is also a good opportunity for Team China to limit the resources that Thailand can get. But so far, Team China, despite having that Darkslayer, they're still not going for a good pickoff right there because they're trying to play it safe so far.
Okay, you gotta watch out here because Thailand wildcards, what they're doing right now is called buying time. The Darkslayer timer is right there, 20 seconds left. Okay, they're doing a pretty good job extending the duration, really burning that buff. They're not engaging the fight. Look at that. They're just clearing out the waves here.
Correct, and that is a good call for Team Thailand right now because Team China isn't able to utilize that Darkslayer buff that they had right now, and they don't have it anymore, but they still managed to successfully push down the middle tower of the red side.
Yeah, I mean, sadly enough, Zaya, they were not able to use it to fight, but that brought enough pressure, enough fear in the side of wildcards for them to take away those towers. That's going to be the 6th tower going to China, while wildcards has nothing.
Yes, but it's also exceptional to know that China is making use of the kit that they have, pretty much putting pressure onto Team Thailand here, but they still have to find a way to actually turn the tables around, or else this is gonna go on to China's favor completely.
Yeah, so yeah, look at that, 5 Abyssal Dragons, 1 Darkslayer, wildcards, they have 0-0-0, but at least they're trying their best to offer pressure in the bot side. But looking at the gold lead, it's 8,000, but I still have hopes for wildcards, Thailand wildcards, because looking at how they're scaling up, I was pretty much hyped about the teamy pick, but China played it in a way that it made it useless. They have the Zenial, a more powerful heal, was available for picking. But for wildcards, how will they fight off against China, which they just keep pressuring them inside their base?
And I'm pretty sure that Team China is going to keep up that pace, that Teamy is not going to be of much use into this game because they don't want to risk it as well.
Romeo getting chipped down quite a lot. Ultimates are all up for both teams.
But so far we see that the Xenial here is going into the bottom side of the lane. Of course, the China is over there to help as well.
JiuSheng is forced out of this fight. Knows that all talents are up for the Thailand wildcards. They can flicker in and out. Romeo's will be up shortly. TAOZ is taking out that. Pops the ultimate. He will survive. But for China, they will call in the Zenial ultimate for that heal. Romeo is low. Looks like TAOZ popped the ultimate for himself. Did survive, but in the end has expired. So China was able to take down Romeo.
True, and if you noticed a while ago that Thailand was just shoving away the minions so that the Team China can't go in, but due to that too much shoving, Team Thailand was managed to get caught by China's
oh
plan.
boy, TAOZ going in with a 22 for a 2-man stun, but it'll be 98k, shutting it down. Forced to pop that KS protection, but it won't be enough for the wildcards to win this fight. But hang on, they're being chipped down. They're letting the Lindis, they're letting the L'Oreal go in for the cleanup here. But will China stop it in its tracks? It will be the Tulen wiping it out here, and Nanwan going for that snipe.
Good positioning coming from that Tulen right there, and it's pretty exceptional because I thought for one that China was the one getting chipped out, but look right here. 2-1, and they're successfully already destroying that mid tower right here.
Yes, the high ground tower has been exposed. China may end this game here if they don't do anything. Nanwan taking some shots from the core. Here comes Teamy with a putty. Can he delay the end? Can he try and stop the Zenial? Yes, he does. Buying more time for the wild cards. Some hope left here for Thailand.
But we see right here, this adds more pressure for Team Thailand because their high ground is already exposed. This will give China more time to. But wait, looky here, Teamy trying to have an engagement a while ago.
Okay, close call there for really close call for China there. But Thailand wildcards still poising themselves for a point defense here. I mean, the high ground tower in the bot lane still stands. And same with the top lane, but I'm pretty scared about the mid lane. The Dark Slayer will spawn in 35 seconds, so it's only a matter of time to show Thailand wildcards what they can do here, because gold lane is great, but when it's this late, it may not matter. But can a pickup happen here in the jungle? No. Close call again.
Oh no, the Tulen right here.
Close call again. He does blink away. Forcing out an ultimate there. Okay.
Yeah.
L'Oreal does survive for now. JunJun going in with the KS protection. Pokes happening by the L'Oreal. They're trying to weaken the members of China.
Meanwhile, the Zenial here already took down the bottom side of
Oh
Team Thailand's tower.
Alice is gone. This is bad news for the wildcards. Can they try and win this fight? Yes, they can. Look at the damage coming from Drewwy. The mobility from the L'Oreal. Drewwy is still alive here. He can do something to try and melt the members of the China squad. But yes, he's being overwhelmed here. Wait a minute. Drewwy is still alive. Oh my god! Drewwy is doing it! What an ace!
What an ace! That was a very close call. Good game coming from Drewwy right there. The mobility you have seen just a while ago. This game is getting intense from every angle, you know. And Drewwy here taking the advantage to actually shove the minions away, but still has a long way to go. But I think Drewwy here is going in for the mid lane, hoping it could be destroyed.
This is good stuff. I like a game like this. It makes it more intense, and not to mention, like I said before, guys, you're gonna let Thailand wildcard scale. I was talking about this L'Oreal. They're gonna pop up anytime soon. Now it's time. Look at the gold lead. Don't care about that. I mean, throw it out the window here, because looking out, what matters here is that the L'Oreal will be the one to try and end the game here. JunJun was forced to use against protection. Look at the damage. This jungler is nothing. He's nothing towards wildcards, while China is forcing out of this fight. Now, Thailand, with that quad kill, that's so much gold funneling down towards the L'Oreal. So China has to have second thoughts if they want to go for a full clash.
Meanwhile, we see here that Thailand is going, it's in a good position to actually go for Darkslayer, but China, being aware of this, they're actually will try their best not to actually let this Darkslayer into the hands of Team Thailand.
Changnar right now a non-factor at this point, but has great use with the Chaos protection. Lindis scouts out the members of China. Zenial in the bot side offering pressure. if the wildcards, they don't play the map game properly, they will be overwhelmed by the minions. So they need to respond to the pressure coming from Zenial. The core is quite low here. 2 members going to Romeo. Hey, what a minute. Wildcards, you better respond to this one. Great. We're seeing an engage coming in from Kit and Drewwy. Really respecting the pressure coming from the bot side. Meanwhile, in the Dark Slayer area, TAOZ will face against 2 members. Putitun, what a great stun there. TAOZ getting hit off. TAOZ did not pop the ultimate in time. TAOZ has been taken down. Drewwy going in on the jungler. Drewwy getting it away here. Drewwy will be chunked down here. But meanwhile in the core, looks like China will be the one to end this game. Drewwy has committed too much to the DS. And now China flooding into the tower here, flooding into the base. JiuSheng is still under core. KSSA, only one remaining. But with that L'Oreal, they cannot defend this. But Drewwy came back from the dead, trying his best to... tried his best to just clean it up under core. It won't happen. Great play coming in from both teams here. China will secure that game.
Good game, well played indeed, and an intense game at that. If you just saw both pressures between the core and between the position of the Dark Slayer, Thailand must have been having a hard time coping up with both.
So there you guys have it. That has been our match 1 of China versus Thailand wildcards, with China taking this away with a 2-1. So congratulations to China.
I still can't get over the pressure that Thailand must have felt a while ago. I mean, it's like 2 birds with 1 stone, going to secure the Dark Slayer and going to actually secure your core. Man, what a game.
It's not like 2 birds. It's like they got out their shotgun, shot down an eagle. That's what happened in our game here, because wildcards, they were trying their best to hold out. Drewwy, I thought that would have been one of the hopes for Thailand wildcards, but like I said before, you saw I did mention that if wildcards, they don't play the map game properly, they will be overwhelmed by the pressure coming from the Zenial. So that's what's happened there. And that was the reason why wildcards got overwhelmed. But in the end, great gameplay. GG, well played to both teams here, China and Thailand wildcards. But the victor will be China.
This is an intense game. I still can't get over my seat right here, but it was a good performance by Drewwy back there. I have to acknowledge that.
So I think this will conclude our first match. I mean, we still have 1 more match coming up next. It will be Korea versus Vietnam. So on your screens right now, you can see the match summary, the total damage dealt, the kill participation, but great job by Drewwy, dealing 35% of the damage. But let's not forget about Nanwan with a 45% damage on this total and with an 85% KP. So great job by China.
So much great job indeed. And this is giving like a more kind of a highlight on how China plays right now. But I also want to highlight that Tolan getting used and abusing the second skill that he has, flicking over and over and just getting the free hits.
One of the things that I hate about Tolan is the mobility, but China used it perfectly. So I think this will conclude our match 1 with China winning this set of matches against Thailand wildcards. So thank you guys so much for watching the AWC Bootcamp group stages. My name is Vulcan. With me was Seiya. We will be signing off for now, but we will return with match 2 of Korea versus Vietnam. See you there.